Okay. Hi, Dr. Cody. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Douglas?
Oh, doing fine. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
I love your background. I think that's great. Are you at your office?
Yes, it's my office.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks super. And I see your book back there. And what's Infuse?
Oh, it's skin products.
Oh, skin products. Okay. I was reading through your bio. It sounded very interesting. Are you still practicing dentistry or have you moved on to something else now?
Well, I had retired and actually I'm back in the office part time. I have kind of a large office and I had two of my senior doctors leave. So I'm just helping out, not doing too much dentistry, trying to be over here in the wellness center.
Oh, okay. So are you doing like freelance dentistry or no?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Okay. All
No,
right.
it's my office. I'm helping out. My husband is also a dentist.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Your book is called You Healing You. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And what is the subtitle?
It is panic. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, the miracle of platelet rich plasma.
Okay. All right. Yes, that was what we were going to talk about. Also known as PRP. Explain what that is.
Well, what it is it's the healing portion of your blood. So we take some blood and we put it in a centrifuge, and the red blood cells fall because they're heavier to the bottom of the tube, and the plasma sits on top, the platelets and the plasma. So we extract that and we put it back into anywhere in the body that needs to be healed. We've actually been using it in dentistry for 30 years for bone grafts. I didn't realize until about 3 years ago what it can do everywhere. You've probably heard of professional sports. They use it a lot to get back on the field quickly. And so I started looking at it and studying it. And I ran into the vampire facial and I figured, what is this? So I went and took a course, and it's using platelet rich plasma in your face for aesthetic reasons.
Cosmetic surgery?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it's easier than surgery. We
oh,
just inject the PRP under your skin, and your skin starts to look better and better.
is that a better or a safer process than Botox or Paralox or some of those kinds of treatments?
Botox is very safe. You would have to have a lot of Botox to be poisoned, but this is literally your blood and your healing factors healing you. We also use it in this clinic. We use it on knees and shoulders and plantar fasciitis and Bell's palsy and all kinds of things.
Okay, so let me just be clear on how this works. You would extract blood from somebody, run it through a centrifuge, and then re-inject it in them in a specific area.
That's exactly it. So in that plasma portion of your blood are all the healing factors that your body has. It's kind of the directors. Like there's a healing factor in there that directs stem cells and what they should become. There right now, science has found about 15 healing factors that are always in the plasma portion of your blood. That is how you heal up a scab knee. When you skin your knee, that's the part, those are the healing factors that come and form the clot, make the scab, make new skin, make new collagen, make new blood vessels. So we're using the best part of your blood to heal. And cosmetically, it's just because it works so well and it looks good.
If this has been done in dentistry for a long time, the way I understand your bio and was reading through it, That you kind of had a discovery of this with your hairdresser's hand?
Yes. Okay, my hairdresser, who is also a very good friend of mine, she had some trigger fingers and a lot of pain in her hand, just from repetitive motion. She'd been a hairdresser for a while. So she went and got a steroid shot, and it worked for about 4 months. And then she said, I'm going to get another one. And I'm like, you can't do that. I mean, you can only really have a steroid shot 3 times in one area, or it starts to destroy what's in there and not help it. So I said, I just blurted it out while she's doing my hair. Why don't we try PRP? So she came in the dental office and I injected her hand, and she made a fist for the first time in many years in about 2 days. And I thought, oh my, what is this? I told her it would probably take 6 weeks to see anything, but no, 2 days. So that's when I started on my trek, and I've discovered that it's the bomb. I mean, we've got it all. We've got it inside of us, and it heals whatever you put it in.
Do you
It
think,
knows what to do.
I'm sorry, do you think that this could be a treatment for arthritis?
Yeah, they've studied it with arthritis, and works very well. Um, it works. The other portion of medicine that really uses it as its go-to medicine is equine medicine.
For
Horses
horses?
get it all the time for 15 years
Interesting.
because it heals up tendons and ligaments well. And tendons and ligaments, they don't have a lot of blood flow, so they don't heal up well. So they get it. I was telling my neighbor how I started CNC Wellness and that what we were using. She knew all about it. It's the first thing they want to do on every horse when they get hurt.
Why has this not been widely used on humans then?
Douglas, we live in a medical insurance world, and they don't want to pay for it. So it doesn't get, they used to use it in the operating rooms a lot, but the hospitals stopped using it. And it's fantastic. That's why I wrote the book, because I thought people got to know, you have to know about this. I mean, I've healed up scars that a young man had he got bit by a dog on his nose, and he had a big Z, and he came in about 8 weeks after the dog bite, and within 12 weeks, that scar was completely gone.
You wouldn't think, you mentioned insurance and cost, you wouldn't think it would be that expensive because all you're doing is pulling blood out, spinning it, and putting it back, essentially.
That's it. It's not expensive. It's just not offered. And I do think that the medical profession, I don't think they've looked at it. It hasn't been, there's a lot of studies out there, but I think they don't realize how good it is.
Yeah, I suspect that there may be some interference, for lack of a better word, with the big farm who would rather prescribe drugs for these types of treatments than doing something like that, right? Because if this thing was really as effective as you claim it to be, as it seems to be, there would be a lot of drugs that would just kind of go off the market because there'd be no need for them anymore. Yeah.
Right, right. And I think that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've also healed up diabetic wounds, which they are non-healing wounds. And they are in, a bad way. They cannot heal. And it takes some work. We have one, it's a very big wound, so takes multiple weeks. It's not instantaneous. It takes a little bit of time, but he is healing. He's going in the right direction.
You said, I'm sorry, you said what kind of wound?
Oh, diabetic wound.
Which is what?
You know, if you have diabetes and you get a wound, especially they start on the feet and the toes, and then they don't heal at all. They just stay open.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, it's horrible.
We've got about 2 minutes, and I wanted to find out a little bit more about how somebody would get this. Obviously, you don't want people doing this at home, going out and buying a
There is
centrifuge.
DIY girl online.
You know, I don't know that this is quite a DIY procedure, but where does somebody go for this? Can they just request it from their doctor, or
No, probably not.
no?
Maybe an orthopedic surgeon, maybe an orthopedic guy would uses it. I have found there's a group of us that have studied under Dr. Runnels, and we do vampire facials. So there's a lot of cosmetic use for it. I haven't been able to find, I get calls all the time. I got one yesterday from New York City, and I've got to try to find him a doctor because he has Bell's palsy, and he saw the cases, and so now I'm going to find him a doctor to do that. But that's another reason I wrote the book, Douglas, because I wanted people to know about it, so that maybe we start requesting it, or they just come to Houston, Texas.
It can be done in Houston. You can get it done there.
Well, that's where I am.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you can do it.
I can do it.
Okay.
I have a nurse on staff and an MD, and so we do it all right here.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, why don't you give out your website then, so people can check it out?
Yeah, it's C-A-N-D, like the word and, C, the letter, wellness.com. cncwellness.com.
cncwellness.com. Okay. And can you hold up your book one more time? Okay, You Healing You. Great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Cody, for coming on the show and sharing this with us. Very
Thank
interesting.
you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Get the word out.
Best of